I tell stories in Irish and in English. Sometimes I learn the stories in Irish and tell them in English. Sometimes I do them bilingually. And I think Tá me Jenny nach digi junior bí me an seo an grúpa seo canas na bhfuil Gaeilge ag mór an agah, so beidir gur bhar an rud a dhéanú go dá cheangach mar sin. Ma hegan sibh sin. So I'll do this bilingually because I don't think everybody will get what I'm saying otherwise. So, as they say in Irish, every tune and every story and every drink and everything else starts with a wee jig. So, is tuisce port na scéal mar a deir siad, so rahi me ar éile le port bugger dus. So the scale bag agam Dave scale a column on har Piobaire Seamus Ennis Blindy when I guess Sammy Kencha go well in scale shot Arolas like coach war agaf. So this is the story I heard many years ago from the telling of Seamus Ennis, who was a piper and a storyteller many years ago, and he told a story, and many of you may have heard this story, but you haven't heard my version of it. So this is a story called An Grania Sníshin, or The Pinch of Snuff. So years ago, as you all know, the ceilidh houses were popular in Ireland, and there was no Wi-Fi and no televisions, and there wasn't any Zoom or anything like that. And people for entertainment used to gather in houses, and the houses that were popular were called the ceilidh house. And the ceilidh house could be anywhere. It could be up the top of a glen, or down the bottom of a mountain, or beside a loch, or along by a stream, or it could be anywhere at all. This particular house was up a long glen, and it was beside a river, and it was a wee thatched house. Now, the man who owned the house was very popular. He was a bachelor, and he had a wee, as my mother used to say, he had a wee roughness. He had a wee bit of money to spare, and there would always be a wee drop of whiskey in the house, and maybe a bottle or two, a porter, and he always had a box full of clay pipes, the dúidjin mar a deir siad, and sa Gaelic, bhí dúidjin aige, agus bhí tabac aige a gcónaí, bhí eisceabatha aige, agus bhí an land aige a gcónaí. So he was very popular because he had the right things in the house. But not only that, there was mighty crack, and they would have a great spree when they would go there. So in the winter time, they would be gathered round the fire, and they'd be sitting there telling stories and having a wee chat about this and that. Somebody would take the fiddle down off the hearth and play a tune or two, and sometimes they would do a bit of gospeling. And then the odd time, somebody would sing a song, and then once the singing started, somebody else would sing a song, and somebody else would sing a song, and so it would go on, and they would have mighty crack all together. I guess Hugshid spree Erika Marshan, Ika Arniel, Ika Arnian, because Hugshid spree Erika Marshan. Well, this particular night, it was a very fine summer's night. And as you know, the long evenings and the sun doesn't go down till very late. And it was lovely warm weather for a change. And they were outside at the gable of the house. There was a lovely grassy patch at the gable of the house. And they were all out there, and the chairs were out, and they were sitting around in chairs and stools and all the rest of it. And it was a mighty night, and they all had a good laugh, and there was many's a good story, and there was a fiddler turned up and played quite a few tunes, but the night was coming to an end, and they were knocking the bits of tobacco out of their pipes and putting the pipes back in the box and heading home for the night. And the bachelor was about to go to bed, and he was just getting ready to head off when a wee man appears beside him. So he looked down at the wee fella, and the wee fella looked up at him, and he says, I hear you're a great man for the fricks and the frolics, for the tunes and the music, for the dances and the ladies and the drink and all that. And the bachelor says, and why not? He says, well, I've come here tonight, he says, and I'm going to invite you to a great spree. He says, we're going there, and we're going there because it's a big wedding spree, and we're going to steal away the bride. But we can't do this unless we make her sneeze 3 times. 3 times I have to make her sneeze. And then we have to have a human with us, or else it'll ruin the spell. And you've got to make sure that you don't say, gee, lad, not just Merlin, nor Rutherby Marshin, God bless us, or anything like that. You'll ruin our spell altogether. But he says it's going to be a great spree, and there's going to be lots of drink and food and dancing and all the rest of it. And the bachelor says, well, you're vistal shin, chucky me lat, mar. You're vistal spree, marshin. So the bachelor says, I wouldn't mind that. I'll come with you. Sounds like fun to me. So the next thing, he finds himself flying through the air, and it's the flying over the trees and the fields, and flying over the mountains, flying over the hills, and flying over all the lochs in Ireland and all the rest of it. And then they come down, an almighty crack. And where is he? But up in the rafters of a barn. And he's stuck up in the rafters of the barn there. And not only is there one wee man, but there's a whole rake of them, and they're all sitting in the rafters. And down below them is a fantastic dance going on, and there's a wedding going on, and they're all killing and dancing around the place, and there's a big crowd there. And one of the wee men says to the other, that's her down there, the one with the blue dress, the dark hair. And the other wee man pulls out a wee box. Now, just as they're sitting in the rafters, dance starts, and the whole chain of the dance comes in underneath the rafters, and one of the wee men has a box. And out of the box he takes some stuff, and it's snuff, and he lets it drop down. Anuas, Hanny sé anuas, agus hui sé bhí chrón na panin na bríjoga, agus hui sé stachon, agus like she strich. Ach ní gurt dunner be, Gielat, no Gielin, no Gislin, no Smarelat, no God bless us, no Rutherby Marshin. Nobody said anything because of the noise, the feet, and the dancing, and the music, and the Cayley, and everything that was going on. Nobody heard her sneeze. So one of the wee men says to the other, right, okay, that's the first one. So Ted Rodella, another dance starts, and they come in underneath their rafters again, and one of the wee men gets out the box of snuff again, and he pulls it out, and he lets it fall down. She's sinuous, agus hui sé fi chrón all na string na bríjoga, agus like she's three. Agus ní gurch dunner be, Gielat, Jes Merlin, oh, God bless us, no Rutherby Marshin. Nobody said anything because they couldn't hear her sneeze. There was that much noise going on, and everybody was yelling and screaming and enjoying themselves. So, that's the second one now. Now, people were getting a bit tired at this stage, and they sat down to have a wee rest. And they were just taking a rest from the dancing. You know what it's like yourself if you're at a Cayley and you've been dancing for quite a while. You get a bit sweaty and a bit hot, and you have to take a wee break. So they all sat down and sipped their drinks, and they were sitting around chatting. And there's the bachelor stuck up in the rafters with all these funny wee men, and he's not getting any food, and he's not getting any drink, and his conscience is starting to play on him. He's starting to think, stealing away the bride. That's a funny one now. That doesn't seem right to me. And then he's thinking, I'm getting no drink, food, or there's no spree here for me. I'm stuck up in the rafters with all these wee men. So anyway, a few minutes later, the dancing starts again, and they're all dancing around, and your man's stuck up, the bachelor there, up in the rafters with the wee men, and the chain of the dance comes in underneath the rafters where he's sitting with a couple of wee men again, and one of them pulls out the box, gets the stuff out, and lets it fall. She's anuas, agus chenche, he's the whole strung in the bríjog. It goes underneath the nostrils of the bride. And did she sneeze? Like she's three. Ach ní gurch dunner be, Gielat, Gielin, is Marlat, no Rutherby Marshin. Ach, an eerie shaw. The bachelor who's in chin. Agus scart sé amach, and he shouted out, Gielin is Marlat! Agus Kaluas a dirt shin, Jimmy, the fire like, as soon as he said that, all the wee men disappeared, and he fell out of the rafters onto the floor. And everybody surrounded them and says, and who are you? And what were you doing up there? And you weren't invited to this wedding, and what are you doing up there? What's going on here? And why are you here? And they were very angry with him. And there was all sorts of consternation. So the bachelor says to them, well, look, it's like this. He says, I was brought here by the fairies, and they were trying to steal away the bride. And if I hadn't shouted out, jail in this Merrilat, they would have been away with her. Well, the local people knew about fairies, and they knew the sort of tricks they got up to. And they knew they were always trying to either steal children away or steal brides away. So they understood, and they said to him, okay, well, you how much are weakest of all that, Mary? That's a great thing that you did. So they understood how serious it was, and they got him, and they sat him down, and they wined him and dined him. And I don't know how far he was away from home or how he got home. But I'll tell you this, the tune the piper was playing has been called the pinch of snuff ever since. Sean,